All right, let's talk about advancing productivity in the cloud with NetApp's Cloud Volumes Services. How about a nice round of applause for Mr. Dave Boland?
All right, thank you. Thanks everybody, and good afternoon, and welcome to our mini theater. I'm David Boland, and I'm a product marketing manager here at NetApp in our Cloud Data Services business unit. And for the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to share some information with you on how we solve some of the challenges around migrating file-based services to the cloud. There's a lot of interest these days in migrating file-based services to the cloud. There's a trend, definitely a trend towards it, and hopefully I'll give you some reasons why people are moving their files to the cloud, and maybe give you some inspiration to play with it and test it and move it to the cloud. The discussion of cloud storage has often centered around object storage, such as Amazon S3 object storage, and that's always been a good fit for some of the applications that are use cases more like web scale applications, or test and development, or even backup and archiving of unstructured data. Not a lot of discussion has centered around file-based services. NAS-based services, network-attached services, specifically for home directories, department directories, Scratch space. They haven't had a major impact on the file and on the services offered through the cloud for storage, but that's starting to change. There's an expansion in the types of services and the types of applications that people want to run in the cloud, and this is starting to change the status quo, starting to change the conversation to include more file-based services. The application use cases that we've seen for migrating file storage to the cloud really has to do along the lines of customers migrating their enterprise applications from on-prem to the cloud, and their preference to avoid investing in refactoring or re-architecting the data center application to take advantage of object storage. Object storage hasn't been a good fit for a lot of IT applications. The hybrid applications that we see are require consistency with on-prem and cloud-based features and functionalities. So an application that uses a file-based storage backend to share data with other applications or processes have to have consistency with what's going on-prem and in the cloud. And there's an emergence of high-performance applications. These applications don't necessarily have to have the scalability or volume requirements that are typically found in object storage, but their performance and latency requirements are a little more stringent than what's available, or what has been available in object storage. And according to a recent IDC report, IDC is a research firm, and last June they published a research report that identified the four main factors in driving interest to the cloud, driving interest of file storage in the cloud. Of course, it's consistency with on-premise applications, reduced cost and complexity. It's seen as a simple way just to get an application migration done, and there has been an increase in the performance and latent sensitive infrastructures based in the cloud that can now support a lot of the mission-critical business applications that people want to migrate to the cloud. And this is consistent with what we've heard at NetApp regarding why customers have either not moved their file services to the cloud, or the challenges they've had when they wanted to move them to the cloud. Of course, again, first is consistency and compatibility. The consistency is there's a priority in consistency because of the protocols that are used on the cloud and on the prem. Second is complexity. Now, many customers ended up recreating their on-prem infrastructure in the cloud, and so they're running multiple servers that are to provide protocols that they need. This means that they have additional infrastructure that they have to procure, manage, upgrade, update, troubleshoot. And it doesn't take into consideration the added complexity if they went to a wholesale re-architecting or refactoring of the data sets to take advantage of object storage. Performance has been limited to the compute that customers choose and the capability of the Windows or storage server software they choose. Performance typically hasn't scaled or provided the high throughput or low latency that they required. And last has been data protection. Servers that provide limited snapshot or backup or data recovery capability haven't delivered the features and functionality, the benefits that are required for delivering file services in the cloud. Now, I'd like to share with you what NetApp's approach is for delivering file services in the cloud, or one of the approaches, my favorite, of course. It's called NetApp Cloud Volumes Service. It helps our customers move to the cloud quickly and with better results. And what NetApp and AWS has done is we've teamed up to offer a fully managed service. It's built on NetApp technology running in the cloud. It combines NetApp's data management capabilities with AWS's scale, geographical spread, its reliability and availability, and it's directly purchasable through the marketplace. So it gives our customers a simple payment method to set up a cloud volume for their storage. They go to AWS Marketplace, they set it up, they deploy it, and it runs very fast. I'll show you in a moment how quickly it can be set up. Now it's a file storage service built on our 25 years of expertise with customers. So we have over 300,000 customers globally, and deployed our ONTAP operating system worldwide. So we've taken that knowledge and that expertise and we've moved it to the cloud to offer a solution that includes our knowledge of protocol support. So when we're talking about protocols, we're talking about applications, we're talking about your Linux applications, we're talking about your Windows applications, we're talking about both from the same data sets. So the knowledge is there from NetApp. And also, because of our history and our breadth of features and functionality, our enterprise class data management features are also associated with the service. So if you're familiar with how we do encryption at rest or encryption on the fly, we can protect the data with snapshots without impacting the applications that they're running on. And then, of course, instant workspace copies or cloning to help you develop products faster and get them out to market faster. So this is really what's driving our customers' ability to move their applications to the cloud years, months, possibly even years faster than they would have if they had to roll their own cloud storage or re-architect their data sets in order to be used in object storage. As I said, this is a fully managed service. So NetApp and AWS is offering a service where we take care of all the headache. If you don't want to be a storage administrator, you don't have to be a storage administrator. All you have to do is ask for the capacity, ask for the performance, maybe associate a data protection model with it, and we do the rest. We do the setup and configuration, the upgrades, the performance levels, service levels. I'll talk about service performance more in a moment. You go in, you choose the capacity, you choose the performance, and then you move forward and let us do the rest. This is a nice little build that gives you an idea of what the cloud application workflow looks like. Our goal was to be as simple as possible in rolling out this service, and this diagram really exemplifies how easy it is. You go into the AWS Marketplace and you launch the service from there. We take care of the rest. You say, hey, I need a certain amount of capacity, I need a certain amount of performance, I want the data protection model associated with it. You create the volume. Then you move your data to the volume, you associate that with an application, you connect it, and you deploy. And it really is just that simple. It's all about getting the application up and running as quickly as possible in the cloud and making it simple so you don't have to do any additional work. And just to put an emphasis, exclamation point on how easy it is to set up a Cloud Volume and run services from it. We had a customer who sent out a tweet. It said, I just created a NetApp Cloud Volume, created a VM instance, and mounted the volume on that instance from my iPhone on an airplane. So it's incredibly easy, and it can be done fast. Sometimes you see us refer to creating 10 terabytes in 8 seconds. The creation of the volume is the easy part. Then you just transfer your data set over, you associate the application, and you're off and running. So when you're ready to deploy a file environment in the cloud, Cloud Volumes brings a very simple, high-performance solution compared to what you had to do in the past. If you had to roll your own or re-architect or reformat data, it added complexity. You just bring your file sets and you run them in a Cloud Volume, you connect the applications to it, and you deploy it. Everything else is done by us. The actual service that is built upon gives you multiple options for performance. Scales from our basic performance up to extreme performance. Basic being entry levels, then standard, and then extreme depending on what your needs are. To give you an example, again, another customer example is we had a customer who had built a cloud share service himself, and he tweaked it and did everything he could just to make sure the performance was what he needed. And then he took that data set, dropped it onto our Cloud Volume that he created, and he immediately saw a 20x improvement on the performance. Our architecture, our operating system is designed to deliver the performance that you need for this. So the infrastructure that we built is designed to serve files to you or our customers in a high-performance manner, better and beyond what they could typically create themselves. All those details around managing infrastructure that people are trying to get away from, that would be, patching and managing and upgrading and updating, is gone. So we'll take care of that for you. There's time and money saving associated with that. So there's no more managing the service. We do that. And if you do find that you've either asked for too little performance or too much performance, you can change it on the fly. And right there on the fly in the user interface from AWS Marketplace. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to sit through and wait it out. If you say, oh, my data set's changed, I no longer need this performance or need this capacity, don't buy it. Change that capacity and requirement on the fly with us. You just deploy your data set and on a Cloud Volume, and you let us handle it. And so I hope this has given you a good overview of our Cloud Volume Service, the advantages of moving your file shares to the cloud, and how NetApp and AWS has overcome some of the challenges that customers have faced in the past. All right, thank you very much.